So I had a young lady recently reach out to me, and she wants to go to massage school, and she wanted to ask me some important questions. And I said, okay, I'll answer that. I answer your stuff because I've been in the business a long time. And she said, do you have anybody that smells? And like clients that smell. And I said, well, I've only had one in all my years. I said some of the most amazing clients there are. But I said, I did have one lady who I worked on at a chain, and it was kind of comical. I came out of my massage I just got done with, go into this little waiting area where you get your client water as they're coming out, and the waiting room has got people in it, so it had one person in there. And the stench in this room was overwhelming. And I immediately walked to the front desk of this place I worked at. And I said, if that's my client, I said, there's no way, absolutely no way can I work on her. This was not, I just worked out and I forgot to wear my deodorant. This was 10 times worse than that. And it was so bad. And they're like, Tam, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do. We didn't know what to tell her. And I'm like, shower? It was beyond. So it turns out what was wrong with her, I could actually work on top of the blanket. So I did that. But then to make matters worse, she fell in love with me and decided to rebook. And I'm like, oh crap. So now I have to move the blankets next time I work on her. I have to work on actual skin. And that means there's going to be wafting of body odors, etc. So I didn't sleep that night. I literally was up the entire night thinking, how do I get out of this? And then it hit me. I go into work the next day. I said, do not talk to me. I said, give me that woman's number. I said, I will call her. I have to talk to her. I have an idea. So I called this woman up and I said, hey, so-and-so, how are you feeling today? I said, we did some pretty deep work yesterday and I just want to check in on you. And she goes, that's so sweet you called. I said, well, I have a really great idea. I said, next time you come in, right before you come in, take a really hot shower. I said, get those muscles nice and soft, with the warmth, and she goes, oh, great, I'll soak in a tub. And I said, oh, no. I said, you have to scrub. I said, really get in there with a washcloth or a loofah and the soap and really scrub those muscles, definitely going up and down with the fiber of the muscles, So oh, that's a great idea. I hadn't thought about that. So I said, great, I'll see you in another week, whatever it was. And she came in and we had a lovely session. She never smelled again. So I'm not sure exactly what needed to happen for this woman to realize that showering with soap was such a great thing. But that was the only one I've had in all my years. And she was a lovely client. We were together for years and we got rid of her hip pain, which was her major problem. So just to answer your question, yes, I have had some clients who've smelled, but only one.